And I arrived in camp last night. I was really excited to see a picnic table because it would be nice to sit down. But I never really got a chance to sit down. It started raining. It's been raining off and on. Then fell asleep about 8. It was 4:30 in the morning. So there you go. Hiker midnight is getting earlier and earlier. Yeah, I'm up before everybody else in the campground. Started the 6th day, walking out to US 10 to stay at Lazy Days Resort. Hopefully the little grocery store across the street, kitty corner, is open because I really feel like some food that's different than what I've been eating. So that's the plan. It should be an easy day comparatively. Basically everything I own is wet except the dry clothes that I kept on purpose. The tent worked well, stayed dry inside, and slept really comfortably. Actually, the best night's sleep I've had yet. Without a doubt, this is a beautiful spot. You can look at the lake rather than look at my ugly face. Bowman Lake Campground. Learned that a freestanding tent would be really nice when you have tent pads that are made of gravel. But I did manage to keep my tent staked last night, despite the difficulties. Things are pretty much packed up and ready to go. And feeling a little bit more like a camper these days. Not too far out of camp this morning. I had to climb some hills. Really the first time that I've had to climb hills that got my heart beating. So I got to the top, taking a rest and looking across this little gap. Finally into hills that are bigger than the ones I trained on at North Ottawa Dunes. I'm trying to keep a better pace. Like try to walk at the pace that I walk into camp at the end of the night rather than starting out gung-ho. I've been doing tremendous miles in the morning, but I'm worn out when I get to camp. So trying to keep a good pace, a pace more suited to a man of my age and temperament. I just love this section outside of Bowman Park headed west. Some of the paths almost seem like they're drawn on the ground. They have these little curves that almost seem unnecessary. I'm sure they're following some sort of hill, but as a result, it's just beautiful. It gives you a corner every 10 feet with a new view. So earlier, I woke up at 4:30 this morning, and I edited the video for a while, and then I started cleaning up to get ready, and packed my pack, the best it's ever been packed. When I started feeling a little lightheaded and shaky, which I initially wrote off to the strong cup of coffee I'd made, and then it became clear that I was having this blood sugar issue. Now, I've been type 2 diabetic for years, decades, and I've been hypo before. I've gone hypo, gone low. And type 2 diabetes will kill you one of two ways. Hyperglycemia means you let these crystalline, like tiny little sharp-edged glucose molecules run around in your blood and enter every cell of your body and render you blind or numb in the feet, or lose your feet, lose your eyesight, destroys the vascular system, and it eventually kills you in time. And diabetics don't live long. It will also kill you fast, and the fast one's the scary one. When you go low, because your blood sugars have dropped into an unacceptable level, you lose consciousness, and if you're not revived fairly quickly, you die. So low always worries me. But I've been working hard on my blood sugars for the last couple of years. I found a doctor who recommended I start intermittent fasting, and I do. And I've been keeping that up on the trail here. In fact, I haven't felt like eating on the trail much at all. It may be because all I have is tuna fish packets in there right now, and a hunk of salami. The salami's good, and the salami's good for you. So anyways, what happened this morning was I started getting shaky and started feeling like I was going low. Now, it may have been just not low enough to kill me. It was just low enough that that I felt it. And that's happened before too. Because usually when I've gone low, when it's gotten scary low, like down to 40 or 50, it's because of a combination of using either a new medication or a combination of Jim Beam bourbon, or a good bourbon even, which has a tendency to drive my blood sugars down. And if it's in combination with medication, it can be dangerous. So I've gone low before, and I know the feeling. This was not that scary, except that it was, right? Because I'm not in a kitchen where I can go make myself something sugary to drink, all right? I don't have my glucose tablets with me. I intended to carry them, but they weren't in my sack. So it was a little scary, because I thought, well, what if this is a bad episode? I knew it couldn't be, though. So anyways, I ate a bunch of peanut butter, choked it down, and ate salami, not hard to choke down, and sat at the picnic table for half an hour. And I started feeling better. It was a scary moment. Well, it's noon, and here I am on the Upper Branch River. Just went over the Pere Marquette, feeling good. So on the road walk, I started listening to some podcasts, guy on the Pacific Crest Trail. And I think to myself, those people probably wouldn't really dig this trail. For a Michigan boy who's been in woods like these all his life, never for as many miles in a day or as for many days in a row, it's a certain sense of home. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. I feel in place here.